I'm Olivia Tan, going in depth about the Rwandan genocide tonight on a very special 10 Minutes.
Welcome to 10 Minutes. I'm Olivia Tan and I'll be your host for this evening. In 1994, Rwanda was devastated by a mass genocide, instigated by the Hutus against the Tutsis. Today we're going to examine the factors leading up to the genocide and directly affecting the genocide. I will be joined by a Rwanda expert, AJ Weinberg, and another Rwanda expert, Andrew Racklin.
Welcome to Rwanda, circa 1994. Today we're going to examine the social and water availability factors of the Rwandan genocide. The country at this point has been independent from Belgium since 1962. Prior to the colonization, the Tutsis and the Hutus used to live harmoniously in the land that is now Rwanda. During the Belgian rule, the Belgians created social class and treated the Hutsis, the minority group, as though they were superior, and treated the Hutus, as the majority group, as though they were inferior. When the Belgians left Rwanda, they left the Hutus in charge. There was a lot of hatred from the Hutu against the Tutsis. Throughout the next 30 years, the Hutus treated the Tutsis with anger and bitterness because of the treatment they had received when Rwanda was a Belgian colony. These graphs show the birth and death rates in Rwanda, as well as the population growth rates. As you can see, the death rates skyrocket around the time of the genocide. Birth rates mainly throughout stay at 50 per 1,000, and death rates stay at around 20 per 1,000. However, this is a big difference. This is a numerical representation of the birth rates and death rates, and population growth rates. But it is important to note that from 1970 to 1993, growth rates increased, death rates decreased, and birth rates increased. Another important aspect of the social factors of the genocide is population growth. In this graph, we see the population increasing up until the genocide. Our science factor is water availability. A lot of issues with water availability, or lack thereof, stem from overpopulation in Rwanda. Another subvariable is that June and July, 2 months in which the genocide took place, is on average the 2 months with the least amount of rainfall. Overall, there is just not enough water in Rwanda to go around. This is a precipitation graph from the years 1880 to 2000. This charts the amount of precipitation occurring in Rwanda.
Our graph is showing is the maximum, minimum, and rainfall averages there are in various months in the capital of Rwanda, Kigali, which is also its main city. As you can see, in June and July and August, there really isn't a whole lot of rain in Kigali. So what this causes is an even more strain on already dwindling water resources.
Let's go more in depth about the social factors of the Rwandan genocide. Take a look at this segment here.
I'm a Hutu.
And I'm a Tutsi.
And we're living in pre-Belgian ruled Rwanda.
In peace and harmony.
We like each other quite a bit because we're equals.
It's another great day being equal.
We're going to go farm, just like most Rwandans do.
Yes, we do.
I'm the Belgians, and I am taking control of your country.
Oh, no.
And I think you look more European, so you're going to be superior.
We can still be friends, right?
Yes, of course.
But you get better jobs and better education, and overall live a better life. Bye.
On second thoughts, you can have a good life being inferior.
Aww. Man, life is so hard being a Hutu.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Get back to work. I'm superior. You know that.
I hate you.
I hate you more. Now get to work.
Well, it looks like you guys are having a great time. So
We are, buddy.
So we're going to grant Rwanda its independence, and we're going to leave the Hutu in charge now since the Tutsi king just died.
What?
Bye!
Ha, 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 ha.
Oh my God.
Because of the built-up resentment within the Hutus, when they took power of Rwanda, they took their anger out on the Tutsis by the occasional act of violence against them. This drove many Tutsis to leave Rwanda.
Let's compare how these both important factors actually affected the Rwandan genocide. Computer modelers discovered that when two populations are very high and they are at a lack of water, one population will commit genocide on the other population. They showed this by creating a model where one population has the decision to commit genocide on another population, if the other population is taking resources away from the first population. This is an example of where the first population's birth rate increased to the maximum and the birth rate of the other population increases after each trial. They found that the higher both populations were, the sooner they would commit genocide on each other. The important thing to note is that the population that can commit genocide has the mentality that the other population is taking away resources. This can be directly applied to the Rwanda genocide.
Here is Andrew Racklin, a big expert on the Rwandan genocide. Let's see what he thinks about comparing these factors.
It is important to keep in mind what we said earlier about how the Belgians' creation of social classes was what started off the resentment between the Tutsis and Hutus. Given what we have just explained, you now realize that water availability was an issue because there was not enough water to go around. However, this issue could have been worked around if Rwandans' population wasn't so high. 7,150,297 in 1990 to be exact. And a rising population is a social issue, so as you can see, water availability was an issue, but mostly because of high population, which was a social issue. Therefore, social issues were way more important than water availability, because it took social issues first to get really bad, and then water availability to be affected by the social issues to get even worse.
Here's a video that shows you how social and water availability factors actually play out in the Rwanda genocide.
Hi, I'm a Hutu.
And I'm a Tutsi.
This Tutsi is about to enjoy some nice water. But oh no, the Hutu want some water too. Since they already have existing tension, they won't want to share. Now they're going to fight to the death over this scarce resource. Since the Hutu has the majority, they will win in this fight to the death. This Tutsi is about to enjoy some nice water. But oh no, the Hutu want some water too. Since there is no ethnic tension between the two, they will gladly share the water. What a great outcome! Wasn't that a great outcome? My guests AJ and Andrew will show their final verdict on how water availability and the social aspect of the Rwandan genocide actually affected the genocide. Let's take...
Hi, I'm AJ Weinberg, Rwandan genocide expert, and I'm here today with my partner, Andrew Racklin. We're here today to give you our conclusion on our thoughts on what was the most important factor of the Rwandan genocide.
We believe that water availability was a lesser factor compared to social factors towards the Rwandan genocide.
We feel this way because when looking at the Rwandan genocide, you notice that when Juvenal Habyarimana, the president of Rwanda in 1994, when his plane was shot down, it sparked years of tension and finally caused violence caused by the tensions that was created by the Belgians from their creation of social classes in Rwanda. It caused this to finally be the last straw in making these social tensions break. When we talked to expert on Rwandan genocide, Gina Moore, she also agreed with us that water availability was a driving force, but social issues overall far outweighed water availability issues, much for the same reasons we stated previously.
One of the things that actually made the social problem even worse was overpopulation within Rwanda. Overpopulation, along with times when Rwanda had low water availability, which is obviously a water availability aspect of the problem, worsened the overall genocide.
This is because when you mix lots of people with limited amounts of water, it makes the water situation worse. So while we feel water availability was a driving force in the genocide, we feel it was secondary to social issues because social issues worsened water issues.
Exact.
Well, that wraps up 10 minutes. I want to thank AJ and Andrew, our experts on the Rwandan genocide, for their kind expertise. I hope you enjoyed today's show.